My name is Peter Heckel, and I teach at a middle school in Oakland, California. I have 3 classes a day at Claremont Middle School, and they are 3D modeling and animation classes using Autodesk Maya. And I've been doing that for about 3 years in school. And the program started as an after-school program, and there was some very progressive-minded parents in the area, and we got a grant through the university, through San Francisco State, to fund the after-school program to kind of beta test and see whether or not we could successfully teach complex software tools to kids that are 11, 12, 13 years old. Well, I've always loved movies, and when I first opened up 3D Studio Max, I was a senior in high school, and I was just captivated by the possibilities of 3D software, and my imagination just went wild. Going into 3D software, it was like, oh, there's this whole new arena, and it kind of tied into my interest with movies. There was cameras. I could put the camera over. I wanted to put the camera. You know, if you have a video camera at home, you're very limited. The sets that you have are your house, your neighborhood. With 3D, it's like, well, if I want to do something in space, I can create a backdrop with stars. I can build a spaceship. I can do all of these things. I'm only limited by my imagination. We start off with the absolute basics in Maya, and we show them just a few tools at a time, and then I start having them build projects as soon as possible. So, for example, in the very first unit, they'll create some polygon primitives. They'll start building a very simple castle, and they're learning how to use the move tool, rotate tool. They're learning how to name objects. They're doing all of those things. At the same time, they're building something that they can recognize, a castle. So it's not just showing them the tools, it's also showing them, like, you can have fun with the software. Creativity is something that I love to cultivate in the students. The software allows them to be very, very creative. And of course, it's not complex. It's not something that they see in the movies or in print, but they see the potential and the possibilities. Well, the best part of my job is, well, I get to teach, and I get to teach a specific subject that's not normally taught in middle schools. There aren't a lot of programs where you teach 3D modeling and animation to 11, 12, 13-year-old kids. And when I was in school, there was nothing like this. So I get to kind of live vicariously through the students, and they get to experience this thing. And I tell them, not all middle schools have this. Get on the internet and do your research, look at other programs, look at universities, look for high schools that are teaching the software. Go on to the Autodesk education community. There's free software available. There's free learning materials available. There's just a ton of resources out there. And so start looking at that stuff.